Saving a Word 2013 document the way you want to save it or where you want to save it. Now, let's say we've typed our document out. Here we go. It would appear I have just written a speech in Welsh. I can say that because I'm Welsh in my roots. Anyway, so there we go. Our Welsh speech is completed. And we want to know where to save that document. And we want to do it properly and privately. And that's what we're going to discuss. This is how we're going to do it. First of all, you may notice that my menu is very different looking than maybe yours if you have Microsoft Word 2013. I have a special toolbar up here, and you can see it's just under the standard toolbar. Here's the standard toolbar for Microsoft Word 2013. But a lot of people like the old style. And if I click on a header here that says menus, what we have is the classic style from Microsoft 2000 and I think 1997 all the way up to 2007. And it's well, actually below that, 2003. It's called the classic menu. And if you tend to like the way Microsoft Office worked between 1997 and 2003, having that classic menu is really handy. But we're not going to talk too much about that. I'm just saying it's a good tool to have. What you most likely will need to do is hit that save icon. Or if you don't hit the save icon, you can go File, and you have the display there, and you can hit Save. And once I do, my save options come up. And in Word 2013, they've introduced this creepy thing called OneDrive. I call it creepy because what it allows you to do is, if you have an account with Microsoft, you have two folders on your desk, not only your Documents folder, but your OneDrive folder. And what OneDrive is the cloud. The cloud is where you store your document in the ether, in the internet, basically. And if somebody were to hack your Microsoft account, they would have full access to every document you've ever stored in the OneDrive folder of your computer, because it's not only on your computer, it's also in the cloud. So I wouldn't recommend you do that. I would always recommend that you save your documents to your My Documents folder or your desktop. We're going to learn both. And then if you want to back those documents up, you put them on a USB stick, you burn them to a DVD, you put them on a spare hard drive, and they're still yours, they're still protected, and that's the way it feels best. So we have options to save to OneDrive. We've already discussed that's not a good plan, or to somewhere on our computer. So if I click, you can see the computer's already selected. I don't have to click it, but I am anyway. And there's usually the last places you save documents are going to appear here. Here, as you can see, it's Swan Lake Chat was one of the places I saved a document. But where we want to save our document, our Welsh speech, is to the My Documents folder, the most common location. We will also save it to the desktop, but we're going to learn that in a second. So let's just save it to My Documents. I'm going to click there. It brings up the Documents library, as you can see. You can see it's in the Documents location. You can see it's in the Documents folder. And we're going to call this Welsh speech. Everyone who's Welsh right now is going to hate me. I know that. Welsh speech. Okay, and we're going to hit the save, and there it is. It's now saved in the Documents folder. We're going to look for it in a second to prove it's there, but let's not only save it there, let's save it to the desktop. Let's say we really want to make sure we want two locations and we want to access it immediately, or we want to show someone in our family what we've just typed and we don't want to bother going searching for it in the Documents folder. Let's save it to the desktop because it's a pretty fast place to access things. So let's do that. We're going to hit File once again. We're going to hit Save. And what happened there, it didn't save it anywhere but to the same location. It saved it back to the Documents location. We want to save it somewhere different. Well, how do we do that? We want to save the exact same document, not to the Documents folder, but to our desktop where we can find it easier. And here's how we do it. We go File, Save As. Okay? And now what comes up is, again, the same places where we're going to save it, but we're going to navigate to the desktop. Now, if desktop is not displayed as it is here in the recent folders, here's how we find it. Move your left mouse and click on Browse. Everyone's going to have that, Microsoft Word 2013. And if you click Browse, you can then click on Desktop. And how you find that, I'm going to just stretch this out a little bit, and I'm going to toggle that bar. And if you don't see desktop, there's something wrong with your computer. But if I toggle that bar up and down, I can see desktop. Okay, if I click on desktop, it reveals everything on my desktop, and then I hit save, and I'm going to now close that. We're going to find this document is now in 2 locations. There it is. Welsh speech is on the desktop, but it is also in my documents. I'm going to double click, left mouse, and we're going to look for Welsh. How about we do a search for it? We're going to search, and we're going to go search, and we're going to go Welsh, and let's see if it's there. And there it is, Welsh speech. And that is how you save properly in Microsoft Word, and safely, so that it's not in the cloud, but on your desktop or on your in your My Documents folder, privately and properly.